What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? 22-year-old Maria Martin and 26-year-old Matthew Ethington II were found dead on Sunday, February 19th, at a home in the 16,000 block of Farmington Road in Livonia, Michigan. Police said the officers had been on the force for fewer than 4 years. Sources say that Matthew killed Maria, then himself. Sources also said that there were domestic issues in the past, but nothing that would suggest a murder-suicide would ever take place. How many times we got to go down this road, fam? 26 years old, dude. Let me talk to all you guys out there right now, you 26-year-olds and under. 26, 27, 28, 30, whatever. It don't even matter what the age is, but especially 20. Dude, do you understand your life ain't even really started? You ain't even started getting to the best part of life at 26. Do you understand that it ain't a legacy worth having to have something like that on your record? You killed the mother of your children, then killed yourself because she didn't want to be with you anymore? See, that's just selfish, man. That's just selfish. This is why a lot of people should not even be in relationships. Dude was already broken before he got into that relationship with her. I can guarantee you he was broken. Had no business being in a relationship. If you're not emotionally prepared for a relationship, if you ain't right with yourself, you can't be right with somebody else. If you're not right emotionally, you're only going to exacerbate the situation if you link up with somebody else. You're going to project all of your trauma on that other person, and you're going to weigh them down. You got to get right, fam, with yourself first. It just makes more sense. That way, if you do meet somebody who you really feel like you can go the distance with, who you really feel like you could love forever and who you would want to love you forever, you can be the best version of yourself. You know? Instead of going in half-fixed and offering a person half of what you are capable of doing or being. You go in as a complete person, somebody who is of sound mind, body, and soul, would have so much more to offer than somebody who comes in with a bunch of baggage and who's traumatized. See, if you meet a person out there that's right for you, now you can offer your best, and your chances of being with that person and sticking with that person sticking with you, are a lot greater. Especially the older you get, man, people realize, man, it's very difficult to find somebody that you trust on any level, no matter what type of relationship it is, whether it's platonic, intimate, romantic, business, family. It's very difficult to find people in this world that you would just really trust, that you know got your back no matter what the condition is. They got your back. That's very difficult. Oftentimes when you have these people who commit murder or murder-suicide or even suicide, it just solidifies the reason why that person didn't want to be with them in the first place. That other person didn't want to be with them in the first place. It's like, dude, okay, I can see why she wanted to leave. This fool was capable of murder-suicide. Some of us see the red flags and we ignore them because we think we can fix people. Fam, listen to people when they talk to you. Have those conversations. Create scenarios, even if you have to make up something. Like, create scenarios where you can kind of get your answer to the question. You know, kind of like ask a person something like, hey, you know, I saw such on the news, this murder suicide, whoop whoop. Did you hear about that story where such happened? Whoop whoop. And just see what they say. See what their reaction is. If they say something like, yeah, man, I can't blame 'em. Oh, man, you better run. You better run. If they say something like, man, that's messed up, man, I ain't no way I'd do something like that. I mean, leave my kids alone? And, you know, why would I do that? That don't make no sense. I ain't killing myself over nobody. If they say something like that, yeah, you already know they ain't with that. But you got to be able to read people too, though, because some people are very good liars, right? Very, very good liars. But they left 2 kids. One 1-year-old who was in the house when the murder took place, who was unharmed. So that's a good thing. You know, I don't want to give him nothing, but I guess it's okay to be grateful that he did not kill that baby. We're not grateful to him, you know, but we're grateful that he didn't kill the baby. But even to kill anybody, including yourself, you have to have a really low opinion of yourself to kill yourself over another person. And that's the trip thing about life. It's so many of us who talk tough about how we feel in relationships and how somebody ain't better than us and how we are this or we're that. But when the rubber meet the road, we'll take a step like that. We'll do something like that. Like, you'll call somebody names and everything, and they this, you this kind of woman, you this, you ain't nothing, you this type of dude, you this, just call them all kinds of names, everything but a child of God, and then throw your whole life away for someone who you think is everything but a child of God. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I can tell you right now, I wouldn't do it under any circumstances. I'm not doing it. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would I throw my life away? If she ain't nothing, what does that make me? The moment I realize that a woman ain't about nothing, I'm gone. The moment that I feel like she is that, she's that H word or that B word, when I feel like that, what am I with her for? That makes absolutely no sense to me. This guy killed the mother of his children. This is something those boys will never get over. I think it was a boy and a girl. Well, no, 2 boys. This is something that those boys will never get over. They have to live with the fact that their father killed their mother and then himself. Now, hopefully, they don't get that psycho gene. Hopefully, they'll grow up to be totally opposite of their daddy. Because when they think about their daddy, if they're going to be honest about it, they got to call a strike, and a ball. Their daddy was a bona fide, certified simp. Yeah, ain't no way around it, fam. I'm talking about a straight up simp. And I want to express this to you guys because some of y'all think you're exempt from being a simp just because you're violent or just because you act hard or you're tough. No, there's a lot of simps out there, fam, who are extremely violent or domineering and controlling. Yeah, simps are controlling. Some people think of simp and they just think of somebody who a woman can just run over. No, there are a whole lot of simps out there who are very controlling and domineering. They are simps. Because keep in mind, fam, simp comes from the word simple. And this is who these dudes are. They're simple-minded dudes. They are incapable of critical thinking. Got some women out there like that too. When are we going to realize that all good things, like bad things, will come to an end by force of choice? People make the choice every day to end relationships, and the person on the other end can only acquiesce to their desires. That's it. Look, fam, I think so much of myself that if a woman don't want to be with me, I be on some like adios then, kick rocks. Because the moment that a woman or anybody don't want to be with you, that means that they think they can do better. So get on out there and see. Get on out there. Because I know if you ain't smart enough to know I'm a good catch, I can do better. Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. Men, you need to have conversations with your sons. And you got to start early. Don't be waiting till they're teenagers. Start talking to them boys early. And start letting them know that you don't own these women. You don't own these girls. Your boyfriend and girlfriend, your husband, your wife, strictly so that people can understand what the relationship is. That's it. You just say, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, you know, that's my husband, that's my wife. That's all it is. And the moment that person decides they don't want to be that anymore, they don't want that title anymore, they reserve the right to move around. Just as you deserve the right to move around. Fathers, you got to start talking to your sons. You can't leave it up to themselves. You can't leave them to their own devices. You got to talk to them and teach them, coach them how to deal with females. Or else you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. You're going to find your child in a bad situation. Relationships are a gamble. Yeah, man, it's a gamble. It's a gamble that most people are going to lose at some point. You're going to lose at some point. You're going to lose. If you get used to that, you'll be all right. Just know. You know, that's how you gamble. You know how gambling go, man. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. When you win, you celebrate. You embrace the moment. Pat yourself on the back, brag, whatever you got to do. But if you lose, keep that same energy. Suck it up, buttercup. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?